Hello, everyone. Welcome to Optimal Timelines. I am your guide, Sean Collins, and helping you to connect to your most optimal future timeline. So it's that time again. It's time for your monthly Tarotscope readings for the month of February 2022, and it's going to be for your North Node by sign and house. Now, if you're new to the channel, the reason I use your North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign is that it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is the reason why you were born, what you were here to learn and accomplish. So you have much more in common with people that share your North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign. Now, if you're unfamiliar with your North Node, in the description box below, there's going to be some links where you can watch some videos, and also a link to look up your chart so you can find out where your North Node is. So let's get started on the readings. Okay, so this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for February 2022 for everybody with their North Node in Taurus and or the second house. So I'm going to connect to the energies and we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table represents the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th, and the spread over here represents the second half of the month from the 16th on. I did something a little different too. For each of the North Nodes, I did a book divination using one of my favorite North Node books, Jan Spiller's Astrology for the Soul, and I did one for each of the North Nodes. And what came up big time in that book divination was uh, appreciation for you North Nodes in Taurus and or the second house. And what I got with that was, when you have your North Node in Taurus and or the second house, okay, Taurus represents the physical, sensual nature of being human. Okay. And obviously, when I use the word sensual, it does not mean in a, sexual context necessarily. Sensual meaning that, enjoying a beautiful sunny day after the rain, when, and it just feels amazing, a warm breeze, a warm cup of tea or coffee or some amazing food, enjoying the senses. Okay. And that's really what is coming up for you this month. The more that you can do that, what that does is that breaks you away from a lot of old patterns. The old patterns in your South Node uh, of Scorpio and or the eighth house. Okay. Now look, I know a lot of you, when you have a North Node in Taurus and your South Nodes in Scorpio and or the eighth house, okay, a lot of people that have that placement have experienced a lot of drama in their lives. Okay, it just happens. Okay, I've had many clients. I have personal friends that have that placement. Okay, And it's because, you know, there's a lot of intensity that has happened either in your life in the past, definitely your past life and incarnations, okay, and also even could be currently happening. It's almost like you're like could be a magnet for, like, drama a lot of times, okay. And so the reason this appreciation thing comes up is that when you get into the uh, whole Taurus North node on second house of getting into, you know, finding out what you value, getting into um, the senses, you're basically blocking out a lot of uh, drama and static from your past. Okay, um, so that's what's coming up big time now. In the first half of the month, we see the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, this is a person who is in her garden, confident, uh, you know, really enjoying life and enjoying everything that being human has to offer. And I feel like this first half of the month, there's this interplay between, and then we have the Devil card reversed here. Okay, there is this situation to where you're gonna have to make a choice this first half of the month in February 2022. It's You can continue old patterns, or you can say, you know what, I'm gonna release myself from drama. I'm gonna release from drama. I'm gonna enjoy my life. I'm going to become independent from drama situations in my life. I'm gonna move forward, and it's not that I'm gonna abandon people or situations, but you're just not gonna be emotionally uh, taken down by it, or connected to it. You're going to handle it in the way, and the way to do that is appreciation. Start looking at all the good things in your life, because when one of the things that is helps a lot of people is when bad things happen, you know eh, there's always some good things in your life to be appreciative for, and have gratitude. That's what knocks you out of it. I mean, anybody, like, I'll use the example of, let's just take, like, a person in high school, okay? Doesn't matter, girl, boy, doesn't matter what gender, non-binary, doesn't matter, okay? But just a teenager, you know, in general. Something happens, it's like, oh my God, the end of the world. And then later, like, if we've experienced that ourselves, and when we talk to these people 20, 30 years later, they're like, do you remember when you reacted to that? Now, at the time, they were experiencing real emotions, real drama, but in the big picture of things, it was not as big a deal as it was in the moment. That's kind of how drama is, because it kind of it takes you. Something can happen, and it takes you, and overtakes you, and it could cause you to, like, forget about other things in your life. You basically kind of can lose perspective. So this first half of the month, there's going to be a test for you. Are you going to continue to how are you going to continue to react to dramatic situations that come up? Are you going to continue to, like, be like, swayed in a storm, back and forth? Because that's what can happen a lot with that north or south node in Scorpio, and or the eighth house. Or are you going to be able to move forward? And what I'm getting is, big time, start connecting to what it means to have that north node in Taurus and or the second house. Find out, like, what you value. Now, that's the other thing that comes up when we show appreciation for things. What we're really doing, the big picture. So when we have gratitude and appreciation, what we're doing is we're finding out what we value. So, for example, if you've had someone experience, like, let's say they're on vacation, and they're just like, oh my gosh, like, this is amazing. Just really enjoying nature, enjoying the sunshine. It could be at the beach, it could be in the mountains. And what they're doing is they're building their value system. They're realizing, wow, you know what? I value this. I value this experience. as opposed to, a dramatic situation comes up, we can lose our values. We can lose our values because we lose perspective. And so that's really the big picture of what this is. That's what you're going to want to do when this happens, this first half of the month. When this happens, go into that appreciation, and you're going to see how it transforms your life, because that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to move into that north node of um, what it means to be in a physical body and to be independent of situations and people around you while still being connected, but being able to be independent. Now, again, I'm getting for the second half of the month. Okay, there is a situation that has either taken place in the past or fairly recently, or will transpire. So this month, okay, the second half of the month. And what it is that it's what I'm getting a some um, authority figure in your life that you are dealing with, um, coming to grips with this situation. Okay. Now, when I used the term authority figure a lot on this channel, and again, I will state what I mean by that is it's not only a parent or guardian or a boss, but it could also be an authority figure, could be a close friend, family member, or someone that we are in a romantic relationship with. And that might sound weird to people, but yes, people who are important in our life are authority figures, because we care what they think. We care about them. We care about the relationship. So they become an authority figure. It's not that they are over us, but we place because of their importance in our life. So there's a figure in your life who you hold very high up in importance, that you're dealing with um, this situation, okay? And it could be, some heartache that you're dealing with, and or it could be something of that sort, okay? Now, the two cards, now these cards on the side are part of the spread that I call the advice cards. What's coming in for you? Now, the two advice cards for the second half of the month, it's really interesting. It goes along with our theme of appreciation. You've got the Four of Cups and you've got the Ten of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups is about emotionally discontent. You see the person here, and this person is looking at these cups and seems to be very perturbed, and is very just having a feeling of discontentment. But there's this other cup that's being given to it, like this person is not seeing something, they're not appreciating something in their life because they're so focused on these cups down here, they don't see the forest from the trees. Okay, that's totally ties in with this reading. Okay, and so the key is when you begin, what's going to transform your life is appreciation and gratitude that turns into what you value and what you don't value. And when you start figuring out what you value and what you don't value, you can start moving toward what you value, which gets you to your north node. Okay, so this situation that is coming up, I can feel that if it's been going on, it is intense. Okay, it's something that you've either, like I said, gone through or will go through. But what you have to do is you have to be able to transform it, and that is going to take an effort of separating yourself from the situation, looking at the big picture, having appreciation for not only the good things in your life, But I guarantee you that if you look at this situation from a higher perspective, you will see that there were actually quite a few good things in this situation. It could even be things you've learned or other people that you've met because of that. Okay. Like just a quick analogy that came up, like, for example, a person that was involved in an auto accident, let's say, and it was a kind of a horrible experience, but they recovered. But let's just say that they met one of the emergency responders. They ended up dating and getting married. Okay, this was just a quick example off the top of my head. Okay, so like sometimes we don't connect the dots in our life with positives. We're just like, oh my gosh, like that was a horrible thing. That's an accident. Why did this happen to me? But they don't think like, wow, I met this great relationship through this. So what I'm trying to say is if you look hard enough at all situations, there are things that can be valued in them. And see, that's one of the key things for you in this life is when you're disconnecting from the drama, you're looking at things from a higher perspective and you're looking at the big picture, which helps you appreciate all experiences, okay? And so that's going to help you kind of transform quite a few things in your life. So, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting month. Make sure that you do well on your tests, okay? Meaning that when these tests come up, that you are able to handle them in a way that honors your North Node in Taurus, and go out there and make it a great month moving forward, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I hope this reading was helpful to you and that you found value in it. Um, Thank you for sharing some time. If you could just hit the like button if you like this video and maybe shoot me out a quick comment. Any questions you have, I love to answer them in the comment section. So feel free to reach out. Also, if you'd like a personal reading, there'll be a link in the description box below. So thank you so much. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings.